Hello everyone, it's Seth, probably better known as Saffron Olive, and it's time for another edition of Budget Magic. And today, we get to kick off our exploration of our new standard format, and we got a super sweet one. We are playing Urabrask Burn in Standard. So this is a burn deck. We're full of burn spells. We get a ton of sweet new additions from March of the Machines, and our big goal is to try to flip Urabrask by casting a bunch of burn spells and then using the backside to flash back all of our burn spells and hopefully burn our opponent out of the game. So on one hand, the deck's kind of typical burn stuff. We got like Monastery Swiftspear, Faces of Kazan, Kenra Spell Spear, a big new addition to the deck, is a 2-drop prowess creature. So we've seen this kind of game plan before, like play aggressive 1-drops, play some prowess creatures, throw the best burn spells like Play with Fire and Lightning Strike at your opponent's face and hope that that's enough to get the job done. But this deck has some massive March of the Machines edition. Apart from Urabrask, which again, I really want to flip an Urabrask and see what it's like. We get Stoke the Flames, which is like a super strong burn spell. This was a standard stable last time it was around. In 4 damage for 4 mana, that's not great, but if you can convoke it out and get it for 3 mana or 2 mana, it's actually way above the curve. So this gives us another really powerful finishing burn spell. We also get Nahiri's Warcraft, which sadly can't go face, or I guess thankfully can't go face. It would be super busted, but it's good removal for stuff like Sheoldred. It can help flip battles, which is kind of relevant for our deck, and it can draw us a card. And then our other big new addition is Invasion of Ragatha, our first battle, and this one's pretty sweet for a burn deck. 3 mana when it ETBs, we burn our opponent for 4 and can hit a creature for 1, and then if we flip it, we actually get a pretty strong creature for our deck. It's a 4/4 prowess that gives +2 damage to our non-creature sources. So what this means is our Urabrask Pings are hitting for 3, our Stoke the Flame is hitting for 6, our Lightning Strike is hitting for 5, our Play with Fire is hitting for 4, our Saga is hitting for 3. So if we ever flip this, it's actually really, really strong. So we'll have to wait and see. I'm actually not sure how often we're going to want to flip this. Like, is that one of our main goals, to try to get to this really strong backside? Or are we just playing this as a pretty efficient burn spell and then flipping it once in a while? So that's what we're going to figure out. So that's our deck for today, Urabrask Burn for New Standard. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll be back in a bit for the wrap up. Need some March of the Machines cards? Well, you can snag them from our sponsor, Card Kingdom, over at cardkingdom.com/MTGGoldfish. Budget Magic time. We are playing some Urabrask Burn in New Standard, seeing just how busted Urabrask might be. Monastery Swiftspear, get in for 1. Opponent. Rugged Highland. Well, play the land. Yeah, let's just Reckless Impulse. Try to hit our land drops. Ooh, boy, or not. Okay, well, hit you for 2. Could use some lands. Opponent, Forest, and Invasion of Tarkir to kill the Swiftspear. Yup. Well, we do find a land, which is good. Well, let's play Kenra Spell Spear. Play the land past the turn. Battle number 1 on the battlefield. Rockfall Vale. They look kind of tapped, don't they? On the battlefield. I mean, I guess that makes them stand out, but... Fable of the Mia Breaker. Well, play the land. What does this flip into? The dragon. Well, hit our opponent past the turn. Double Mechanized Warfare, yup. Possibly we should just Nahiri's Warcrafting the Goblin. I am a little worried about it flipping. Could use an Urabrask. Where's our Urabrask? Let's kill it. I mean, I guess the battle had an impact. We killed that in part to keep the battle from flipping, so I guess the battle is doing something. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Now let's kill this. Access damage, take a land. Play the land. Rens Resolve. Trigger Prowess. And hit ya. Down to 13. Opponent gets to flip the Saga. I mean, we found our battle. I don't know if we're gonna be flipping our battle, but it's 4 damage to the face, which is actually relevant. What do you got? We still haven't found Urabrask though, which is disappointing. All right, Invasion of Zendikar. I mean, we just need to kill our opponent real quick. That's the plan. Opponent flips. Ooh, well, in that case, oh, we gotta play this or it's gonna go away. All right, Monastery Swiftspear. Invasion of Regatha, trigger Prowess. And I guess ping the Reflection. And then, yeah, I mean, I think we just attack face. Basically a sorcery. We could attack and try to flip it, but if we hit our opponent for face here, that sets us up to hopefully just burn our opponent out of the game. Well, opponent, I mean, they can Shivan Devastator flip a battle if they want to. I think Shivan Devastator is sneakily one of the best battle flippers in the format. Okay, goes with another invasion, makes a treasure, loots away a Maniform Hellkite. I mean, our opponent has played a lot of battles. Ooh, Storm the Festival, golly gee, golly gee. Opponent, Maniform Hellkite, Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Oh, wait a minute, Lightning Strike, and we are about to see the power of Stoke the Flames. Yeah, let's tap a couple creatures here, throw it at your face, and GG opponent. We didn't get to see Urabrask that game, but we did get to see a bunch of battles, which was cool. Opponent's deck did look pretty sweet, and Stoke the Flames. Oh, that card's so good. I'm so glad this card's back. It's such a huge deal. And well, we'll Urabrask next time, hopefully. Ooh, there they are. We found them. Budget Magic time. We are playing some Urabrask burn, and we found Urabrask this game. Can we get the mana to get him on the battlefield? Oh god, soldiers. Hey, okay, yeah. Well, play the land, and I think we run this out first. Get the Saga down, ping you for 1. This should be interesting. Soldiers on the play is a bit scary. Opponent, land, and Denic System gets and hits us. Now, play the land, run out, can Respel Spear, get the counter. Kind of have to play it this turn to get the counter. We would like to draw land. Opponent, Mishra's Foundry, and a Sky Strike Officer. Passing, land. Haha, that's a land. Okay, so flip the Saga. Now we got choices. We're 1 land away from Urabrask. Play the land. The question is, do we have to kill this Sky Strike Officer? Or can we do other things? Nahiri's Warcrafting gets better next turn. I mean, the Sky Strike Officer is an issue, but we do kind of just waste the Warcrafting. Well, let's go to combat and attack and see what our opponent does. Actually, you know what? Let's just... Oh, this hurts, but we gotta do it. Kill the Sky Strike Officer. Opponent can tap to draw a card, but then they're taking a lot of damage here. Wow, no fear. All right, opponent. Yep. Gonna leave both of those in the deck. Hit you for 6. Opponent's down to 13. Can we find a land for the Urabrask? That is the question. Opponent does have some lifelink. Wow, firing up the Foundry? Okay. All right, land for Urabrask. Land for Urabrask. Land for Urabrask. Recruitment Officer. Oh, another Spell Spear, eh? Okay. Invasion of Regatha. Actually gonna be great here. Hit you for 4. Kill your Recruitment Officer. I don't know if this is correct or not, but let's flip our first battle. 4/4 prowess, non-creature damage +2. And this also gives us a blocker. So we could have hit our opponent to what, 5? Opponent, Brutal Katha. Oh god, this is gonna work out poorly for our opponent. Opponent goes attacking, because now we can just, we can kill the Brutal Cathar and get it back and do it again if we want to, down to 8 temporarily. Oh, we draw the land. Okay, so play the land. Oh no, this is tough. So we could play Urabrask and just pass. I think what we have to do though is play with fire, kill the Brutal Cathar, get back our invasion, kill the Recruitment Officer. Oh, what a blowout. What a blowout. Our battle returns. Flip the battle. I still don't know if this is correct, but we get to flip the battle. Play the big Prowesser again. Play the Spell Spear. Pass the turn. I wonder if any of this was correct. Should we be hitting the battle, or should we just be Dusk Legion Duelist, or should we just be hitting our opponent? Would our opponent be dead if we were just going face? Opponent passes. 1, 2, 3. Flip. Drop to 6. Spell Spear is feeling good here. Blocks. I mean, this play with fire is 4 damage. Assuming it resolves. Play with fire. Get a few triggers. Oh, hit ya. I guess we might not even need the Urabrask. The battle was just, wow. So maybe battles are so cool. Battles are so cool. I still don't know if we played that right or not. Like, was it correct to attack the battle twice? Would we have just killed our opponent if we attacked them? We won in the end, and the Disciple of the Inferno was good. Like, that's a powerful creature. Our opponent answering it with Brutal Cathar did not work out at all. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we didn't get to see Urabrask, but we did get to see the deck do some stuff. Well, that was sweet. Budget Magic, playing some new standard with Urabrask burn, and this hand, we got no Urabrask, but hand looks pretty good. We got our Kenra Spell Spear, which has felt pretty good so far, and we got some card draw, which is nice. Opponent Jeskai A. Well, play the land, play the Spell Spear, get the counter. Soul Partition. All right, so opponent's some sort of control deck by the looks. This might be bad. We could use a land here. Not a land. Well, I think we have to Ren's Resolve to try to hit a land. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh yeah, we're in serious trouble. Oh, that's the literal nightmare. Oh no. Oh, now our opponent gets to go off. Opponent gets in, makes a treasure. Fable the Mirror Breaker Part 2. Well, there's the land that we really wanted last turn. Well, Invasion of Regatha, I guess. Hit ya. Ping your Goblin. Yeah, I think we actually attacked the battle. I do not feel good about where we're at, though. That turn of missing a land drop is a big problem here. Flips a Fable the Mirror Breaker. Goes attacking. Makes a ton of treasures. Passes. Play a Monastery Swiftspear. Ren's Resolve, get some triggers. Feels like our opponent has a counter. A 6-mana counter, okay. I mean, we're gonna flip the battle. Soul Partition, yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. Opponent flips the So we learned this game, Reflections of Kiki Jiki, or Fable the Mirror Breaker. Opponent goes attacking. Sure. Passes. Is there even any point, or are we just dead? All right, Nahiri's Warcrafting. Opponent convokes to draw some cards. Well, we will take a land. We will play the land. Opponent. I mean, we just got to take the riskiest line possible. I think we're like, oh boy, Fable the Mirror Breaker. Opponent Spirited Companion to draw a card. Attacks. Well, okay, we're gonna try to play with fire the battle. We get to flip the battle and cast the battle. Makes a million treasures. Really? Okay, well that's very good for us. Thank you, opponent. So this is gonna flip into a 4/4 eventually. We're at 8. Well, let's play the Swiftspear. Faces. Hit ya. Swiftspear hit ya. Play the land. Wow, that Sunfall was aggressive. Opponent plays a land. That damage might make, they got Sunset Revelry. Okay, the Sunset Revelry is pretty big for our opponent. Opponent gonna flip the Incubate. Yeah, the Sunset Revelry might save our opponent here. That might be the card that saves them. Monastery Swiftspear. Now what? So we have to block. Spell Spear. Opponent chumps. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Another Sunset Revelry goes attacking. Well, we will block and also block. Wandering Emperor. Yeah, that was a good one. Now we flip the Saga. We play the land. We play the battle. We hit our opponent. We kill their token. We play the Faces. Trigger Prowess. Ping our opponent. Oh, we can't even attack the, wow. Considering how horrible this went, we actually made this super close. I think that's the most impressive part. Opponent Spirited Companion. Like, our opponent, double Fable the Mirror Breaker, made 8 treasure tokens into double Sunset Revelry And they are only going to just barely win this game. And if we top deck a burn spell, we could actually straight up still win this game. Like, it's still possible if we draw a burn spell off the top that we win this game. Block and block. We get a top deck. We actually, after all this, we get a top deck to win the game. Oh, opponent's gonna exile one of their own creatures. All right, so now the top deck is not there and we draw land. Well, honestly, I came away feeling more impressed with our deck. Like, we didn't win, we didn't draw Urabrask, but we missed our land drop after drawing extra cards with, after drawing extra cards with Ren's Resolve. Like, we just stone whiff. Our opponent had double Fable the Mirror Breaker, and they only just barely won that game. So I think with, like, us having average luck and our opponent having average luck, we crush them. Even though it's a loss, I came away from it feeling pretty good about the deck. Budget Magic time. We are Urabrask burning in our new standard format, and we don't have an Urabrask, but we got a bunch of prowess creatures. Kind of a Spell Spear's been sweet. Well, land. Yeah, I guess we just play the Saga. Play the Saga. Saga. Opponent planes and passes. Well, play the land. Play the Spell Spear. Get a counter. Wow, passes. Oh dear. Oh dear. Well, this might be the freebie, unfortunately. Play the Swift Spear. Ren's Resolve. Get some triggers. Yeah. Well, there's lands for next turn. Hit you for 8-ish. Yeah, this game, might not need Urabrask this time. Opponent hits a land, but it is just so... Missing that one land drop is gonna be deadly for our opponent. Monastery Mentor. Well, play the land, play the Swift Spear. Stoke the Flames. Get some triggers. Hit you to 1. Did we not play one of our exiled lands? Are we? Okay, we did. Nahiri's Warcrafting. Really good card. Digging for a land, finding a land, but it is just a bit late to the party. Yeah, I'm sorry, opponent. I kind of feel bad about that one. That was just a case of our opponent not running very well. At the same time, I guess our deck is good at punishing people who don't run well. Still no Urabrask though. Where's the Urabrask? The deck is called Urabrask Burn. It's gonna be disappointing if we never Urabrask. It almost reminds me, oh, what was it, Sulfum? When we played Sulfum Burn a while ago and we just never drew Sulfum. I want to see Urabrask go off. It seems like it should be able to do this huge combo turn. All right, I mean, we can't not keep this hand. A little late on we're playing all 4. 80% of our budget is dedicated to, it's an Urabrask. It's an Urabrask. We have done it. We have drawn an Urabrask. Can we get it on the battlefield? Opponent. Well, let's Ren's Resolve. This gets us towards Urabrask mana. All right, go for the throat, sure. Hopefully we hit a land here. Of course we do not. So, well, play the land. I guess we'll just pass. We can play with fire during our opponent's turn. Inscry for Urabrask mana. I mean, getting the go for the throat out of our opponent's hand is good. That is something that could kill an Urabrask. Razor Verge, there you go. Well, play with fire. Keep the land. Although we're probably not gonna play it this turn. I think yeah, let's wait. Let's play Invasion. Ping you, no creature. So we have the Urabrask. We have 2 spells. Sculpted Perfection, eh? You know what? Let's do it. Play the Urabrask. If it lives, I think we can flip it next turn. Opponent. More go for the throats. All right. Well, we got an Urabrask on the battlefield, though. We got it on the battlefield. That's a start. You know, play the faces. Ping ya. Invasion. Ping ya. Pass the turn. I mean, opponent's at 9. Technically, we have 9 points of burn in hand. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So if we can cast our hand, opponent hits us. Ijano. Do we want Ren's Resolve? I don't even think we do. If we whiff, we can't cast. Yeah, let's just pass. I mean, I think the ban is Stoke the Flames, untap, Lightning Strike, play with fire, GG. More Sculpted Perfections. Our opponent can't kill us here, right? Wow, they hit us for a lot. 5, 9, 13? That's 1 short though. That's 1 short. We go to 1. Stoke the Flames your face. Flip the Saga. Play with fire your face. Lightning strike your face. Oh, you know what maybe the most impressive card has been so far? Maybe we gotta change the name of this deck. Maybe it's not Urabrask burn, maybe it's Invasion of Argatha burn. Invasion of Argatha has felt great. It has felt great. We flipped it sometimes, but even when we don't, it's felt really good. Step 1 complete. Urabrask hit the battlefield. Now we gotta actually flip it. That's the next step. Budget magic time. We are desperately trying to flip an Urabrask. Playing some Urabrask burn in New Standard. Well, burn ya. Opponent, Schwamp. Oh, there's the Urabrask. We need the... Yeah, let's hold on to the play with fire. We might actually want the play with fire to help flip Urabrask. Opponent, Dark Slick Shores and a Bank Buster. Now we untap, we draw a play with fire. We flip the Saga. Ren's Resolve, please hit us a land, please. Okay, we hit the land, play the land. Play another Saga. Burn ya, hit ya. Well, we're 1 mana away. 1 mana away from Urabrask. Can we get it down? Kaito Shizuke. Wow, we have 3 play with fires. Wait, do we win? Burn this. So this is gonna 5, 6. Oh, we do win. Wow. Okay. Well, I mean, I guess this counts. Maybe burn is just good even if you don't get to Urabrask. Burn ya, keep it on top, attack ya, and yeah, that went well. Too well for Urabrask. That was a very birdie draw. I mean, we did get to go first, which is a big deal. Maybe the deck's so fast that that we win before Urabrask comes down. I want to see Urabrask though. This hand has a lot of card draw. I like the amount of card draw that we have. And I like our mismatched lightning strikes. Pang ya. Ooh, we find a land, which is good. Play the land, pass the turn. This is a hand that I think can flip an Urabrask. And a Thalia. Well, sadly, I think we have to kill the Thalia. Hit you with etchings. Because if we find Urabrask, these are all 1 mana. Plaza of Heroes. Even more Thalias. Well, I wish our opponent would stop playing Thalias, but I guess we have to keep killing Thalias and not doing fun things. Hit you to 15. Plaza of Heroes. Inga and Azika. Alright, Ren's Resolve. Show us an Urabrask. Oh wow, 2 Urabrasks. Play the land. Really? Okay, well, lightning strike. Alright, this could be the time. We'll see what our opponent can do. If this Urabrask lives for a turn, odds of us flipping it are pretty good with 2 Ren Resolves in hand. And the graveyard's juicy. I mean, they could have removal, it's not impossible. They gotta be mostly creatures though, right? If you're playing this stuff, it's gotta be like a Joda deck. Could have like Urtai, that would be the most likely probably. All right, another Inga and Azika. Well, I mean, we're definitely playing Urabrask. Playing the land. Passing the turn. Don't kill it. Don't kill it, opponent. We want to do cool things. All right, opponent gets to untap with a huge mana dork. Lagrella the Magpie. All right, so now we got to kill Lagrella to get back our Urabrask. That's disappointing. Well, now we just want a burn spell that can kill Lagrella. Catilda. Well, Ren's Resolve. Oh my god, Ren's Resolve. Faces. Yeah, that's kind of brutal. Show us what you got, show us what you got. The problem is they have this plaza, so they can leave up the plazas. Oh, Lagrella. Who has Lagrella? Who has Lagrella? Who plays Lagrella? Seriously. Well, this has got to be the new Hazoret, right? Yup. Opponent goes attacking, spins it to win it. Oh, I thought this was the one. An opponent spins into Kogla and Yadaro. So yeah, we're actually just dead. Oh, I can't believe they had that Lagrella. It's awkward that we hit the... I mean, that was like a very awkward Ren's Resolve to hit both of our Urabrask rather than drawing some of them. And that does it, right? We can get back to Urabrask, but yeah, we're just dead. Oh, magic gods! Lagrella the Magpie. I assume our opponent's deck had like 2 removal spells, so it's so brutal that they happen to have one. In hand. Apparently Urabrask is tricky to flip. Everyone's gonna kill it. I mean, I think that we've definitely seen that burn is really good. But I want to see Urabrask flip. I'm not gonna be satisfied if burn is just good. Although, I mean, I guess it's impressive for like a 6 rare deck or something to be good. Even that's relevant in a World of Magic arena. Get in, hit ya. Down to 16 past the turn. We got the Invasion of Regatha, which has been our all-star opponent, Shivan Reef. Well, we will untap. Play the land. Play the battle. Down to 12. All right, opponent's going to Lightning Strike the Swiftspear. Storm-Carved Coast. And passes. Do some flipping. Let's Ren's Resolve. Wow, okay, opponent going full-on control, I guess. We'll go to combat, hit ya. Even more Lightning Strikes. Well, playing other phases. Down to 11. Sundown Pass. Memory Deluge. Well, play with Fire Your Face. Upkeep so we get to scry. And I think Invasion's gotta go bottom for now. Play with Fire Your Face. Keep the Ren's Resolve past the turn. Opponent down to 6. Plays a land. Zergo and Ojitai. All right, so that gets to draw cards, but that's about it. So opponent anticipates. Would you like to bounce your... Wow, they do bounce their dragon. Well, okay. Flip. Ren's Resolve. Play the land. Play with fire. Keep the Reckless Impulse. Hit ya down to 2. Still no Urabrask. All right, control deck. What do you got? So opponent needs life gain, basically, or multiple answers. Invasion of Tarkir. So that is an answer. So they can kill the Etchings. They still have to not get hit by Stoke the Flames, though. If our opponent doesn't tap out, I don't think we Stoke the Flames. Okay, well, then I guess we Stoke the Flames. Well, we will just kill you. Yeah, all right, fair enough. The Spell Pierce was good, but... So is this battle just an all-star? This seems like one of the battles. I was skeptical at first because most of the damage is going face. So I was skeptical that it was gonna be like a lava lightning axe, or lava axe, where those are usually not like super heavily... Oh, we got an Urabrask. Is this the game where Urabrask shows what it's made of? Play the land, play the faces, trigger prowess. So the opponent appears to be Grixis, so I guess that means probably the normal Grixis deck. Ren's Resolve. Trigger prowess. Well, there's some lands, which is nice. Play the land, play the saga. All right, well, that's a removal spell out of our opponent's hand. Ping ya. Opponent taps, plays a land. Fable of the Meowbreaker. Well, get some triggers. Play the land. Opponent blocks. I mean, we gotta try to live the dream. Urabrask, run it out. No removal. No go for the throat for once in our lives. They already used one, so there's one down. Opponent. Ooh, explosive singularity. Third Path Iconoclast. And Infernal Grasp. All right. Well, I guess we just gotta kill him the boring way. Invasion of Regatha. Ping you. Maybe 1 damage does more than it looks. Hit you to 9. Actually, you know what? I think we attack the battle here. This sets us up to flip it with Lightning Strike. Flips Reflections. Passes. Lightning strike this, flip it. No, I think we go to combat attack. Blocks with the token. Play a spell spear. And pass the turn. I think we're trying to set up for next turn to be the big turn. Opponent, tick Numa. Gets a Blood Tithe Harvester. I mean, our opponent could have a counter. A counter would be our opponent's best bet. Actually, does this mean we need to kill Reflections? Probably. We're gonna let it go. We're gonna let it go. We're on the combo kill plan. Opponent copies Blood Tithe Harvester. Makes another blood token. Sure. Let's see if they got counters or removal. Opponent sacks a blood. Discards Explosive Singularity. Okay, lightning strike, flip it, cast it, untap, play with fire our opponent. Doesn't matter. Opponent has to chump. Stoke the Flames you? GG, GG. Okay, the battle is legit. Invasion Regatha is the truth. It is way more the truth than I would have ever expected. Let's give it one more try. So I think the TLDR so far is the deck has been really good. The battle has been great and opens up some really cool combo kills. However, Urabrask flipping has not really been a thing so far. If you look at this deck, there's 4 mythics and 3 rares. The 4 mythics are Urabrask. The 3 rares are Nahiri's Warcrafting. The deck is $109. 88 of those dollars are the Urabrasks. If you cut the Urabrask from this deck and replaced it with, I don't even know, whatever, the deck is 3 rares, $20. It's killing it. It's killing it because of the power of the Invasion of Regatha. Like, it's really good. And we're starting to get a sense of like how the battles play, which is really interesting. We're starting to see, we've played Invasion of Regatha a lot of games. Most of our games so far. We've flipped it, what, twice? So it's fine as a burn spell. I think I was underrating the 1 damage to a creature that has actually been relevant sometimes, but it's been a fine burn spell. And then we also win games by flipping on occasion, and maybe that's how battles are gonna play. Like, you play them because you want the front side, and then in some situations, it actually makes the most sense to try to flip them. Well, I mean, this is another Invasion of Regatha hand. Maybe we just gotta change the name to Invasion of Regatha Burn. Invasion of Tarkir. Opponent, shock mode achieved. Play the land, pass the turn. Land. Fable of the Meowbreaker. Well, I mean, I think we gotta kill the goblin. Sure. Well, play our own battle. Invasion of Regatha. Hit ya. Down to 15. This hand could really use an Urabrask. Opponent, Plaza of Heroes. It's Sushi. Well, I mean, we are going for it. If Urabrask dies, we cry. If it doesn't die, we actually get to flip it next turn, I think. Come on. Every time there's a go for the throat. And when I say every time, I literally mean every time. Not even kidding. It is actually literally every time. Wow, what a hand for our opponent. Opponent, Invasion of Tarkir gets to flip their battle. And yeah, I think this one is over. Opponent can even copy that. If we send burn at that, yeah, I mean, this is like super over now. All right, well, we'll let our opponent play out the string. How do we actually get to flip an Urabrask without it dying? I mean, I think we're seeing, remember when Shieldred was printed and everyone was like, well, it's just gonna die? That's exactly what we're seeing. I think our opponent probably should have copied that dragon and won the game, but no one can make you win. There are no rules that you have to win the game. I mean, because if they double this up, right? They have 2 of these. It hits for 4. Each of their dragons hits for 4. I mean, I guess they are probably afraid of us having removal and killing it, but, well, I mean, lightning strike your face. I mean, none of this actually matters at this point. Play with fire your face. Down to 10, but there's no way to deal 10 damage here. Mountain to the bottom. Untap and... oh, Urabrask! We've gotten by the first removal spell, but people, every time when we get to Urabrask, it never stays on the battlefield for a single turn. I think so far my feeling is Urabrask overrated, Invasion of Regatha underrated. I think that's my overall feeling so far. Like, so far Urabrask has just been pay 4 mana, eat a go for the throat literally every time. We have not untapped with it a single time. And this is, remember, early access day that we're recording this. One of the lessons of early access day is there is less removal on early access day than there is in best of 3 real standard. If you look at best of 3 real standard, my God, like decks are just overloaded with every removal spell in existence. I mean, you just have them all. Like, name a removal spell, the deck is full of them. Like, most decks in standard are playing like 10 creatures, 20 removal spells or something. It's concerning that the Urabrask cannot survive in what is theoretically a removal light environment. And then, I mean, I guess even if it survives, we still have to be able to cast 3 spells in a turn, which maybe that's just too big of an ask in a deck like this. I mean, Kenra Spell Spears felt good. Opponent plays a land. We play a land. Battlefield Fjorge. This is kind of a slow hand. Invasion of Gabakhan. Well, there goes our Urabrask, I assume. Well, let's see if Invasion of Gabakhan is flippable. Wow, they take a Spell Spear. Interesting. All right, well, play a Spell Spear. All right. Kimono faces Kazan. And a land. And a Lightning Strike. Sure. I mean, I guess we play our own battle. Hit ya. I mean, if our opponent can play like Hasty Threaten to Burn spell, they can probably flip this. All right, Ren's Resolve. Land and Ren's Resolve. Plays a land. Invasion of Gabakhan. Our opponent has been annoying us a lot. All right, there goes our Urabrask. Well, we will play the land. I guess we got to play Swift Spear. Yeah, I think we just pass. We got to pass and play defense. Opponent. We need some of our Ren's Resolves. Ren's Resolve. I mean, we're playing a ton of them. Swift Spear. And oh, so jealous. Opponent's drawn 3 Ren Resolves. And I assume we're playing more than they are. Yeah, that's brutal. Opponent, Monastery Swift Spear. I mean, we are going to block. And then we're going to kill the Swift Spear. Okay, opponent uses a Play with Fire. Yup. Well, let's play the Spell Spear, play the land. I mean, I guess we're 1 mana away from just hard casting the Urabrask anyway. If we can draw some Ren's Resolves, we might actually be able to flip it. Yeah, opponent's drawn so many more cards than us. Swift Spear and Ren's Resolve number 30. Where's our Ren's Resolves, Magic Gods? Where's our Ren's Resolves? Opponent plays a land. Goes attacking. I mean, we are going to trade. We draw a Ren's Resolve, which I guess we cast. Kill the Mentor, get a land. Play the land. So our opponent actually gets to flip their Invasion of Gabakhan, but we get to play an Urabrask. You did it, opponent. You did it. Opponent, Jaya Fiery Negotiator. That is a very good top deck for our opponent. Takes it up to make a token, and goes attacking. Opponent, turn 18, something like that. Flips the battle, gets a counter. We're gonna play Urabrask, and we're gonna trust that it actually lives. If it dies here, then I don't even know. If it lives, I think we get to flip it next turn. Because of Warcrafting, we should be able to flip it next turn. Opponent ticks down, goes attacking. Oh, I'll cast another Invasion of Gabakhan. Gets counters on everything. Well, we draw a land that doesn't do anything. Yeah, I think we have officially died, unfortunately. Well, take Invasion of Ragatha. Play Invasion of Ragatha. Paying the first Invasion of Ragatha. Play the land and pass the turn. Goes attacking. Well, I gotta say, Invasion of Gabakhan has not been impressive this game. I hear he's Warcrafting. I mean, I guess it snowballed eventually, but our opponent, I am not convinced. Opponent had to draw, they had to draw every Ren's Resolve in so many cards. Well, I think we're just dead, but we can flip the battle. So this hits for 4, this hits for 9. So not enough to actually kill anything. So I guess we take the Swift Spear. We get to cast the Big Prowess Dork. We get to cast a Swift Spear. Goes to combat. We will block with a Swift Spear. Oh, I can't believe that Urabrask died. Opponent. And transforms it. All right, top deck time. We need to draw a Ren's Resolve and draw some cards into some burn. That is our chance for getting back into this. With double Disciple of Inferno, our burn spells are supercharged. Opponent flips the Dork. Get some counters. Well, that is a Reckless Impulse. That is a Reckless Impulse. Wait a minute, wait a minute. That's a Ren's Resolve. Okay, wait. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god, this game. Oh, sweet mother. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Oh, battle power! Oh, sweet! Oh, oh god! Oh my god! Obviously we got lucky to draw the card draw that we needed. Okay, well, I guess name's being changed. No longer Urabrask burn. It's Invasion of Ragatha burn, and Invasion of Ragatha is the truth. Wow. So what do we learn this week about Urabrask burn in Standard? And record-wise, we did good. We went 7-3, although honestly, like, I don't put any weight on early access day records. Like, I guess I put a very little amount of weight. Like, if you lose all your matches or something, that's probably a sign that your deck's not doing all that well. But having a good record on early access day, like, everyone's trying out new brews. The meta's not really the same. But overall, the deck felt pretty solid. More importantly, our new cards. I think that is the most interesting part of early access day. So what do we learn about our new March of the Machines cards? And let's start with the big one. Urabrask, it was basically a flop. We didn't get it on the battlefield too often. And when we did, every single time it died, it didn't matter what the matchup was. Someone would go for the throat-it, or we got killed by a Jaya of all things one game. So it turns out that playing and flipping an Urabrask is actually really, really tough in the deck, to the point where I think I would just cut Urabrask, which is really sad because I actually named the deck Urabrask Bird, so apparently we're gonna have to change the name. The good news is, we have something to change the name to, which is Invasion of Ragatha Bird, because the battle was ridiculous. Like, this was probably the best card in our entire deck. It was good as a burn spell. The 1 damage to a creature was actually relevant. Sometimes we saw it pick off like a third path iconoclast, some soldiers. So the 1 damage to a creature did more than I expected. And then the backside was ridiculous. The backside won us some games that we had no chance of winning otherwise. That game against the Invasion of Gabakon, like Boros deck, that was the best example where we had literally zero business winning that game, and it was the power of Disciples of the Inferno that really allowed us to pull off this ridiculous win. So I think Invasion of Ragatha, super, super impressive, and how it played essentially is probably like 70% of the time, maybe 75% of the time, we just played it like a sorcery, and we played it like a burn spell that dealt some damage and triggered prowess on our stuff, and maybe pinged a creature. And then that other 25% of the time, we actually focused on flipping it. So I think that might be how battles play. Like, there's gonna be situations where flipping them is absurd. We got to see games where we literally wouldn't have won unless we flipped this battle. Like, it was key to us being in the game. But then we also saw a lot of games where we just play it like a burn spell and then play the rest of our stuff and are able to win the game that way. So I think that's my overall take on the deck. The deck felt really good. Urabrask didn't feel very good in this deck. Maybe we gotta try like a prowess is it style deck, or maybe Jeskai style deck. Maybe that's the way to go. I thought we had a lot of card draw thanks to our Ren's Resolve and Reckless Impulses, but maybe we need even more card draw to make it work. Maybe we need like slip out the back for protection. Maybe we gotta go even harder on protecting it if we're gonna make it work. But one thing I did want to say is I think cutting Urabrask actually might be a good thing. If you look at our deck list, the deck's pretty cheap overall. It's just over $100 in paper. It is 7 rares and mythics on Magic Arena, which is pretty cheap, but a huge, huge, huge part of our budget is Urabrask. And like I said, Urabrask did literally nothing, like to the point where we should probably just cut it from the deck. If we cut Urabrask, the price of this deck drops all the way down to $20. $20. And on Arena, it's gonna be 3 rares for the Nahiri's Warcrafting. So then the deck becomes one of the the cheapest decks we've ever played, and then we'll find another use for Urabrask. So I think that cutting Urabrask, from a budget perspective at least, makes a deck from like relatively cheap to incredibly cheap and is probably a positive. So anyway, that is Urabrask Bird for March of the Machine Standard. That's been our budget magic for this week. If you're an Urabrask fan, don't worry, we'll try some other ways of flipping Urabrask because I really want to see what happens when we flip it, but apparently Burn is not the way to get it done. Apparently in Burn you just play Invasion Rogatha and beat people down with it. So that's been our budget magic for this week. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to you soon.